Abusienda ya kwa kasa about the three witches of Christianity. Aye. Eno na ye kwa ho asem. In fact, in the beginning, no, Adam and Eve, baby a obehwe bia Adam and Eve, is Eve a persona. Anaso say oye energy. So your energy of free na hwan and a born. I want us to get into this kind of knowledge. Na men be some say into this woman I want to me in kasa without Christianity. At the moment you people move on and leave me behind, I will be behind and do what I am doing behind without confronting any of you. But say oya wadwene say wo de unni content because sebio unni adwene a wo de be create change no you feel you want to prove to people that I'm the devil. Remember when we say maybe ye nyame wona oye devil sebe devil so unni adwene. So to say today we are going to talk about the three witches of Christianity. Ye be Eve, so ye persona, so ye human being ni baby a ofri. Ne ya hwe who Norea is. Na fe ya ba be hwe Lilith. Ne ya hwe those who are pure demons. Those are ye tagi so ye pure demons. Any omo aye tagi so ye fallen angels. Ni omo aye tagi so say omo ye papa. Bibi a twisty ana bibi an twisty ye. We ni niame enne no me no ebefem our platform kesiye yi so. Every day I respond to powerful female names. Me, I have my GD and it's not complaints. Me complaining about what people call me, about what somebody is doing. Medical cattle. Say me African woman. Me ni hwe drama. If I want to complain, I will complain with drama. Na mama come see me so. Na me ye drama. Wana me isu. I'm not complaining. I will never complain because I know what I'm doing and I know what it will attract. No. Enya ade am complaining at all. Until say because I have been called by multiple names, it's not a complaint. I'm making a statement. Na me dey asem esiso. I was called by these names to make me feel bad, and as I said to ridicule me. Jezebel, Bronsam. Recently, kra no obi kan tell me say obi say uchia Bronsam a na we shia me na wo me wo deceptive mouth. Rana be bompa egusu ana be twa firi ho. Someone who Jimmy no. Na me catch any panel say me dey doso me dey pay views. Inti no more worry. Like I said, it's not a complaint. I've been called multiples of names. They say cry dey almost say me ye Bronsam ade atum. Me cry hell na me work hard they say. Me nya honoma because I be vacant, I be spacious. Me to me aye bibia. Me pese me ye ewo. But accepting them and continue to introduce myself with these names has kept my distracted shocked. Because the other frame me be am the be frame me. Aye, because I understand the energies in the names. A whole Jezebel. Ono no jib nabot ni bobo true no. The man nikunu. So if you call me Jezebel, you are just giving me a whole energy to shut you up. Aye. Today I will begin to reintroduce you to some of the known and unknown female names and energies in modern day Christianity and ancient Gnostics. Eno na nne be ne ha. Edini binum amonte da. Na mu nimni nienti ase di no. Omo de niama foforo attribute to say di no. Eno na nne ye beka ho asem. What I won't do is follow what the Bible lied to you about some of these women. I'm not even going to talk about Mary Magdalene. Because I know they are very known. And even Roman first started celebrating now. So also you're ignorant, you can sit there. We don't actually care. I call them the three witches of the Hebrew Bible. But we will see a different perspective from what the Bible says. Information about these women was banned and forgotten. Kofoni bo aye yomodi. Ye yomu figo. Me say me pass omo tro Bible o chine bi na me din be man ko me yi akwa apocryphal book ni. Though omo tro for the first time e bi mbe kan ho. But sen ko omo tro Bible bi omo sesi aya maka to say Bible bi ba o. Eno na nyame na ewom no maye ni him or her because they don't know. Tina ho na ya wo say wo de wo ko heaven na wo na wo de unim na ne wo beka bi aye fine na ntu de o kasa aye nkoda. A new Bible is coming. You can believe it or not, but we are here. Se me wu kwa mo be kai asema making. Nti se nka de e ba no mo be chro na ebi be hu mi no mo de me ache man ka mi nti apocryphal books no e be repeat no. Let's talk about Lilith. Eve and Norea from a story intentionally hidden from you. And no na me pesa me no discuss it. Me din die wa wonim nada. Frame Maame Grace on this platform wonim ni abe frame na nda no mo ma yenkodi abayisem kakra, because we are going to discuss the 3 witches of Christianity. And you can call today's episode abayisem. Spiritual wa eno na wo ba be che fikra na ye be start. I believed you, and I send you love. I send you love, I send you love, I send you love, I send you love, I send you joy. I send you joy, I send you peace wherever you are watching me from. Time abo ho bia me de ho nchia and me de ebo piniwu. I send you love, I send you lots of love, and I appreciate your presence on this platform. Let's discuss the episode in the comment section. I welcome you to another great episode of Spirituality or Spiritual Hour. We are going to discuss the 3 witches of Christianity. All the religious books, they put women behind. Kramofono was Surah to Mary. Omatro book ama Mary. Kramofono me mane kato muti. And omodi omuti nechiri. Omoyo oma sorry. So mo ya de wo mosque na ema enyebi. Is there any reason why a man kwa ho asem foforo? When you come to Christianity and you look into their books, almost your baby anka na nuntum, o baby anye kom tena sidi. Me kai time na me wa adum TV no. Sa akwa no oboya ono and asem oba nkasa oba wa wo fofora wo nufu so now they kasa, and I looked at him, I'm like, are you this John? With all your education? Because he speaks good English. Tina me feel say nka obe behave well. But apparently, as someone I can say, as no fie nyansa na snu school nyansa na, apparently it was true. Because the way that man was hating on me, I was like, yo, enti wo fie na wo no yire on kasa o yemumu eno siwo. Ka wonu aba na me anka betwa atomitiri wimu ahye nana. The bia emano mama man come manuntum no montena se. When you read Genesis and na owo no oba no nokọ dada no owo no de ahwease baaye insuni nyina ne krakra kwa atwi kobreman a Jesus baaye ono no ye salvation no pass it through only a woman. What is it about women and spirituality or creation and our power? And then tina physically always we want to limit women. Nanso so a mema na omofo so mo no ye mema they should limit women no obi ani kwa ye wo na nya oba no wo no obi ani wonom a wanom ne maame no fu na besi nnesa wanyini sa wo ya akola obema bi ani wonom a obe survive without kneeling before a woman and now entering between the woman's leg won't survive it. Be honest, won't you become useless? And so there be a yes man no omon come anuntum. So this is what I want us to address. Now we are discussing 3 witches of Christianity. When you guys stop, everything will stop because I have 1 million contents. But anytime you try to get at me, I will show you that you don't know what you are doing. In fact, you know nothing. It's not that I know everything, but I'm better than you. Seriously. Before I proceed, I want to state that the drama and imagery bit of my presentation are in no way an endorsement of this being an actual event. And yes, the American images in like a yadi see na me wo me record it. The names and actions in these stories are merely symbolic to prove a point. And then America said, when you read these religious books and you don't understand it this way, say adi sisi wo to prove a point. And I say, opesa wo kire wo ba de na wo di bibi sisi wo na wo fo say de sisi ho ma wanyi ni nyina no symbols no mu di sisi wo ka asem a kire wo no the same thing sa na ete a e ho na problem ne wo. That is the essence of mythology, to keep an idea and make it easier to teach others. they are told like actual event. I yet to say why your story na wo ye drama and now act to show the story no. And no just said nipa no obe act ye no. E ono na asem ni see but it's a story nipa no act. Inti way in ama books ni bi wo ho no ma yenya biggest problem because they are telling you say ebi aye de me agina say me act as a Ghana akonwa ana ye movie ne ye de me gina say me act as a president na sa wo ba na mewu ko na say wo se na me ye president then we need to check your head up because about this na just say anko ye. Secondly, if you are a Christian and you see me mention Eve, well, the story here is not the one in your Hebrew Bible. So please pay attention and understand that the idea is to throw light on how these figures were suppressed in mankind's quest to seek knowledge and freedom. So the images and all the things now make they can't some natural just like no more they can't some natural now what the World Cup a year will say Solomon a ye nipo or tiwa wa about you say and no and I mean air cano. Now let's look at it. Say Eve or ye nipa so ye nipa so ye energy so ye symbol so ye day and no and me say me no eshe. Let's look at Eve. Eve is not human. I want everybody to understand this. Say Eve onye nipa. Minim say we a best packing a binum sugar level akosoro. Because to them, Maame bi tina honom a Nyankopon say ochi say obi ni nua beda. Ochi mojafra. Nanso Nyankopon bo Eve ne Adam pe e wo wiase. Na Eve ne Adam wo ye. Nanso e wiase a hye nipa no ma. So how what happened? Asemi aye kan aye se me anwi nkwa akire ya wo se wo mpini. Eve ne Adam pe ne Nyankopon bom no mo wo kan ni Abel. Na ba akukun ni nua ne ye pam ba ko se onko onu nipa ne ba ako ni pie fi garden ni mkonya ayere ware. Nti sa oba no ho na bo no. Abusia so bi kum generation bi. Ana oyi nipa ba ako no de create ni generation na otworo buka. Na tire se wi ase nyina e na generation ni na efi ana. This is a big problem. A big problem. Inti Eve no ye persona na. Ana no be the bibi see what as a symbol. Ne ya fa no World Cup. So let me give you a prelude. 1. Eve is portrayed in this editorial as a divine being of light. So what say angels no omo ye light or say midija edere ne bo ma bofo. Na se won susu nipa a wo hwe me no tumi gidi say eja bi wo mu. If you don't believe say eja wo mu a wo yare ne yese koye ECG. They when the eja na wo wo kuma mu no eba form a eno na omo frɛ bi omo frɛ bi tachycardia omo frɛ bi so bradycardia. Na kire say the electricity na wo wakoma ni mu no aba form nti eja wo mu. Na se eja no na omo si efiri wo mu a na wawu. Eno nti na nipa wu a na ne ho aye nwunu. Eja efiri ni mu. Nti if this is the case there and the wa wo hwe me no what are you? Wo ye bofo and now wo ye less than bofo. So eja firi wo mu a na wawu na wo ho aye nwunu. What am I say? Na kire say eja bi wo mu na eja wo mu dia na ne na abofo so ye se ye di ja na bo mu a wo ne bofo ensonsunu ye wo mu no eye den. This was first discovered in a lost book called On the Origin of the World. Me ma me catch say a researcher me ma me source. A book me ma me source because I want us to grow together. I want one of you to continue with what I'm doing. Everything in your business. Inti sa book no na ma mention ama no. Ubetimi ahwe read then you get more from it. And listen, if you want to read, please buy books. Because internet, people read and give their own theories or give out their own understandings. But say one kasa so ko read here. One kasa so you will get your own theories because we all have our path and our understanding. In the internet, you will not get all the informations, in total, but so to books. So when you are investing, try and buy books. They do a lot of good. Christians are not aware of this book I just mentioned. They are not. Most of them, 90%, are not aware of this book. Sunday school only exposed us to Genesis. But according to the lost books, Eve was not a human flesh like me and you. Eve was not somebody with a mechanism. She was an angelic light energy who gave life to Adam. Eve was a goddess of wisdom and truth. Mama was source no, but me sans we breaking it down amount because yes, onyankopon bo Adam and Eve. When they say Adam and Eve, no man chira wo ne maame, no man chira wo ne papa. Common sense should tell you that they don't have mechanism, body like me and you. Until you can call them angelic beings. Ma utiri hu nya wo basabasa anase wubu mfu. Me say abofo ye de eja ne bo omunti light is equally angelic. Until say ya nwu obi na wamfa this portal ni mu a na ye say ye bo no a na ese wote ase se nipa no eye angelic light onye mechanism. And I explain further say won to me nje di ami kan entumu a na Jesus no almost say Holy Spirit ekonyinsen Mary ekoshe Mary mu no nyinsen no na owo no nti na omo ka say oye persona na eche say wa fasa portal nim nti say obi ni maame no oni papa oni mechanism na eche say oye soul no ana oye light no ana oye angelic light oni body nti say Adam ni papa na Eve ni papa we nya de say me explain it to you amebre because you believe that angels are omudi jane bo omo no omu ni papa omu ni maame. So if I tell you Eve was not a persona, you know you need no argument about this. And I'm Jesus de na ya mfato ho ache no ye nyame nti nko betumi afisuru zim no wasi form according to your Bible. But Holy Spirit de ne be share ne maame yam e ma wo fa hope ye se wan fa hɔ a unni mechanism. The reason I ask you, so all these angels, new entities, na muhu, musi ebinum was 6 packs ni ade no. Omunya body, any language, ewe because body and language can only come with a being when he passes through the blood portal of a woman. Into all these entities, na musi omukasaye. So musi omukasaye telepathically, I understand. But if you come and tell me that no mechanism and our sex packs no only kasa the normal language we are talking, then it's questionable. Eho and ya na me pese meti ase nti ma kire mu se me ka kire wo say Eve enye persona mabubum e de amount because Sunday school no na de yen beto Genesis pe. But when you read the book I gave you, it will tell you that Eve was not a persona, but she was a goddess of truth and wisdom. And when we say Eve was a goddess of truth and wisdom, don't get confused. Go and read Genesis chapter 3. When you read Genesis chapter 3, according to your Bible, when God came into the Garden of Eden and saw that these two people have eaten your apple, God asked the man, what is it that you have done? And the man said, is the woman you gave me. At that point, there was betrayal. Then a Yankopon will be so bema no de garden ni jano no. No bema na yi anu awie. Na wanko okohwehwe nyansa. And okobisa oba no say, woman, what is it that you have done? Na woman ne say, it is the serpent who deceived me. This should tell you she has wisdom because she didn't betray the husband. That is one. And this should also tell you that she is truthful because or say eye owonu ene da me ena me die aduaban when betray obi awaha. So at this point, when they tell you that she is the goddess of truth and wisdom, there is no two ways about that. Kakra me de betumi de aye no enam de ama me yi example ni free eho because we are talking about the 3 witches of Christianity. Even or one eko garden ni mu no. One ko approach obema no oko approach Eve. It's not because Eve was vulnerable, but Eve was the help, according to your Bible, the help of Adam. No nipa bi a wo wiase a woni help no, you are miserable. Until the snake went to Eve because onim so no nim nyansa. One wade no. Real energies, they don't deal with weaklings. Energies na e papa no. Obi oye timid, oye weakling, sebi dolu. Real energies will not have encounters with you. So find out why or one bag garden ni no. One call Adam ho. No call Eve. Because at the end of the day, it was Eve that gave you the second chance. Find out why the Holy Spirit impregnated Mary. Oba no no ne wood says no taking Mary out. Because a woman doesn't have a seed. Think deep about this. And stop fighting me. Why did the snake approach the woman but not the man? Because no mo de na ma if you was onsheso. Bisa mema na omo aware na omo yire no mo ye lazy. Omo mo omudwa ehye na omo nko na ekoba no bisa omo na hwe bra omo bre. Life is with women. So why did religion edi on mana to form to this level? Ehonum na medwe ho a na mentumi ente ase. Nti at this point you will see Mary, your second chance and everything and whatever that came with it. And say, Ayoba and Oma enkwa. Tiasia, do more research and bring your questions and let's discuss. I continue. So this story I just gave you contrasts with the way she was portrayed in the Hebrew Bible as a creation that came out from Adam's rib. Because according to them, Onyankopon bo Adam wiye no. Ena oyi Eve ne mfe pade. Ena ode bo Eve. Say no mo aye no. E de ama mo na we na sofo de bagani marriage. Ni baby a marriage kura course wo Bible. Now kan no mo de aba ayefurukunu ene 5 light nipa 10 ena o ma so lantern no mo ko baby. Ena nipa 5 o mo kan ye adum. Two parties say nipa 5 ne kan into me hwe kwan so ma omo ten na no mo nko. How can you tell me this? Nipa 10 ye kita kanea ne ye ko baabi o. Ne nipa 5 omo ayi asamo asoso. Mo se nkrofo ba ko no omo de omo fa oil. We mu amfa oil. Ahakra selfishness na mo ka. Ena nkrofo light no omo 5 no omo oil san no omo light dum ye. Ne nkrofo 5 na aka na ntumi amfa omo light anhwe omo bi. No omo ama omo oil ni so bi. Ni ye pam omo koka pono nachi. Does this make sense to you? Light ba akope. No matter how thick or deep the darkness is, when you spark a single match, a stick of matches, it will bring light. Then nipa nu omo kan yesiso. From so omo be decode. Opa ma me bisa 10 pastors to decode this issue. Be a bigger problem. Today that's not what we are discussing. I will leave it there. I know most of you will find it surprising that there exists a book that says Eve is not the subordinate, but rather the giver of life to Adam. Obaya shocked. Niamani bi adane dane abutu o. Se Mary no ma Jesus nkwade a. Na se Mary nkwa to mini Holy Spirit ewo ye de a. Se ye ka kire wo se Eve nkwa na ma Adam nkwa. Do you dispute this fact? How? You feel it's not possible? Think about it. Many Gnostic books confirm this, but none of your pastors are aware. I mean 99.99%. Na di onim ne kura onka, nti se unim na wanka. Ayete se wonya aware no. Nti na mibisa se, if this is the case, like abusunya, adentin na Bible no restricting you people from reading other books. What is the Bible hiding from his people? And now its people. Aden ni esi men read bibia enka ho. But you changing your life day in and day out. But si men read bibia enka ho. Ti bibia ye evil. E de ba asem nie. In the ancient text called On the Origin of the World, Eve is the life giver, breathing life into the lifeless form of Adam. Almost say, or ye Eve, a ye helper. Eve a helper or helping Adam wo den ho because onyankopon to me bo bibia nyankopon betumi aboga ne aye bibia why does he need help for a man? God is God and he can do everything. So that help, I want everybody to go and Google and find out when the Bible says, Eve was the helper of Adam. What does it mean? Go in total about that thing and find the meaning. She is the breath of life. According to the book I just mentioned to you, this challenges the traditional view of Eve as a secondary creation and elevates her to a position of power and importance. This is Eve. When you read the book, you will find out about all these things. More be and getting angry. When you hear these things, a book, a phone, a knowledge get into you. Don't let anybody scare you. Say, and I would hear where, and I would hear where, and I wait. As for Christians, sometimes fathers, Roman Catholic, but they refuse to understand. Say, breaking forth from all these people. No baby, their father, Roman Catholic. They don't want to regard that. Into ni baby, I'll call you a rebel. Because go and ask them why they respect Mary so much. And they even worship and acknowledge her. Go and ask them. They understand all these secrets or all these mysteries. They know all these things. So most of the things now better than them. Because it's either you do what he is doing or you do better than the person. You don't throw the person away and copy something and feel that they are copying you better than the other nearby. They respect Mary. They worship Mary. Omo the Jesus photo too. Omo the Mary so they better. Go and ask them why they do that. Before you come and tell me as we say man in manuntum. Nako jina wana to je wana wa yera. Wana worry wo. Before you come and tell me that, go and ask your fathers, those who brought you up. Go and ask them why they cherish Mary and even worship her. Because Christianity is about sustaining male deities and masculinity. So this was one of the narratives that was hated by the early religious leaders in Rome. Niyamana no muchino na ebiniye. Mibisa oba platform no so na obekasa about Quran. Na mibisa o se ka kire yen how Quran was brought to Africa na wunima. You don't know what you are reading. Because a weapon na uko yusu. Inti ese wuhu bibia about it. Because the books you guys are using, no, munim bibia about it, no. Inti na mudi kukumu hono. Because se ukite tuo kita seka na unime nime chira udi betwa ho. Se ukite tuo na unim baby ye press ya etu baby ye boom yis boba film ni ade you will kill yourself. Because all the bad point also na watu na ibekum. Problem na ye woni nyina ani. And the Bible say, my history, who brought a bigger problem? Adia wo ye woni mo fapem. Nti dey na wo ye. You are standing, what standing? You stand with, what are you standing on? If you don't have anything under, you cannot stand on it. So if you don't have understanding of what you are doing, you will kill yourself and kill everybody around you. I am not in any way saying go and start disrespecting men all over the place. You are not Eve. Now what you know. Now one kasa obaro kra udina wo hwa wo nyansa. Sebe fache me so wo nyansa pa anka decision we a wo ye. You came low because of marriage. Through uto ho twene abonten. Anye ye no se we wie e na wa be basa. Wo ye Eve. I'm not saying go and disrespect anybody out there. Neither am I saying I am going to carry this theory like a World Cup. No, I'm too intelligent to do that. I am only telling you that as a Christian, you don't even know that Christian theories and books like this exist. Because you are forbidden from reading any other book. How do you reading any other book, but you go to school and become a doctor? Because of what? It doesn't make sense to me. This is not outside the Christianity. Inside the This theory was told by Christian books and ancient Christian texts. Obi baby say Maame Grace. Nana ya wo Christian book ni ya ancient Christian text. Oh yes. Yes, say ankwatiri asem na anye bibi bia ye. Iwi ase achase de wo ho no eno na manfo copy woso, copy woso, copy woso, copy woso a de abeduru ba bia ya ba beduru. They keep downgrading it. They keep downgrading it. Nti na sesi empo the Bibles we are using now. My say me hu pictures a me studio ho a 2 Bibles ahodo egu ho. Nam de egu screen so ama. Na wa hwe. Say you share those Bibles now. Sesi metumi 10 Bibles egu ho no ma. Who can wo bani na ne downgrading. That is what we are going through. Nti ya downgrading na abedu level bi e ye say hwi ni wa ye betumi akoye chi na yakohwe. Cause new Bibles na eba no yi niama bebre afrim Lord God ne sa niama ni na is being taken out. And yet ha ni yen finding out why the changes are coming. Where is it coming from? Because baby I printed Bible ye China. Omo ni nyankopon ni hwe ye. Jesus no. Yen hwe ade na eba ni mistakes na ewo mu no. Na mum ye be defend asem ne te se omo chro Bible ni ye gina ho bi. Maame Grace dey all kan wo dey tie bi e. Asam ne nyema wa movie kwe. When they say Christianity, is it your father's property? When they say Jesus, is it your mother's king? Ni kuro mu hene ana. When we say Bible, is it your property? That if we say Bible, we say Jesus, we say Christianity, you don't want us to think that because I would me enka una unim opro. So I am only telling you and opening your eyes to the fact that your Christianity is slave on. You don't want to listen. The purpose of your type of fellowship is to prevent you from gaining knowledge even within the same Christian books, including the Gnostics. People hear of the Gnostics and think they are demonic or abonsam fan. Or more abonsam fans. No! They are your fellow Christians who feel some of you are shallow. Na musumu feel is almost demonic. The same way. And one are more exhibiting. Sun sorry for free nyame. Wo she candle why you say? Wo she incense why you say? Ya wo Jesus ade no mo kwata ne incense. And we say nya umfia. Afa kura de omo so ton ade wa asore ne nya papa. Afa kura de wo ton ade a enya papa no mo kan oil but so for natural books or ton eno de papa. We have a bigger problem. Because you people don't understand yourself. Still, the Gnostics are early Christians who disagreed with the new doctrine of religion as we know it now. Almost say Christianity na mu yesesi no enye sa enye true God. I think we've done a bit about this. So don't listen to my editorial and say, hey, Maame Grace says we should start disrespecting men. No, men can't, sir. There be a mechanic spiritual hour, no. Nancy na mi who said number no so to I was glad. I was telling my boss that. So who said number no so to say na mass product ni free na originals no aka omo a omo hia asem we no the real pearls no omo aka. Nti ne yem bombarded this dark history ningum ne who say kosra like yem balance it according to the energy. Social media is not about who ability or baby. It's all about energy control and authority. And the reason is what I have told you. This is just one theory within one religion. Not the whole. The main focus is to see yourself as a goddess if you are a woman. Enti menka se kodi di obi atem ana ko rebellion a obi, but what I'm saying is that emfa wo ho nto fom no ba wo do wo ho to fom a wo kunu kura bebre ena wo your ba no obi new level a busu sem kase wo wi asen so obi reduce wo ho because of a man. Never do that. Climb it to level a ehuni mobo because ehuni mobo ona ote horse so no nam fom na wuni mobo na I am mobo na opagya ni siwa unim odi wechi obe spend 20 years baby a wote ne nope. There are women omuni omukunum neti omema ne ye jealous of their wives. Sa nkrofo bi wo homo ye internet hackers. Osiwo ompa adwuma nyo ni awote na ye ni onyanka na ope. Na obe ma obehu ni mobo reduce wo ho. Wuti ankoye ye na unim game ni mu obeyi wafri wo horse ni so asifom na ono atena wo horse no so because of your head. Otena wo horse no so ma wo nante mpo ndi na chi o. Ode wo beto fom aye carpet ama wo horse na nante wo so. You never reduce yourself for anybody in this life. You are a goddess. So on fiti ina ehumobro bi enka odo ho. Maka akere. Be empowered as a woman and don't feel inferior like the Hebrew Bible wants you to feel. Me starting show we. Hey! Eja no musugu me so no. Se na me empower me ho a ka me jaye ye. E na oba na wo kasa, oba ntumi ntichi, e na fa he, e na kosi he, enam mire yi mu. This Aquarius era. Submit oh, e na sa wo fa submit e wi ase aware na egu. O ma che japade ya ma sore no kro ma che. Wan submit ama oba ma na mfa ni ama na nko. Be careful what you listen to. Be careful how you see people out there. See yourself. If it's not you, the rest is the rest. So see yourself as a goddess before you see Maame Grace. See yourself. Say we are very powerful no matter the level. You are you. Say who ni one sorry and now as yourself. I show we crying to me. I am not better than you are. You are just taking something from here and adding up. It doesn't mean seven and maybe you will be. Stop roaming. Ubi and yobia. The big deal about editorials like this is that we are in a spiritual war. But we have been tricked into fighting against ourselves with religion. Maybe I will you. Instead of fighting what is not good or what is a lie, no, we have turned fighting against ourselves. Na say ye kuku ne ye ku ne ye ku ye ho a ye beye den ya bom ya kwhwehwe no kore no. So divine light beings like the Eve spirits came to break that system from the very beginning of the universe. Now, the story is that Archons are the tricksters who formed the council of gods and created bodies in the third dimension world to trap angelic souls. How they call it third dimension, cry no so cry another issue. Who are the Elohims? When they say the Elohims created this world, are you saying God is the Elohim? I had a brutal issue with a pastor the other day. Said the Elohim created. God is nipa baako, one supreme source. And Elohims are three different gods or three different powers. So if you come and tell me God is Elohim or Yahweh, which happens to be one of the Elohims, and you are telling me he created the world, and you are not specific in telling me that he created this synthetic world, but he created this universe we are living in. I don't get it. Because these Elohims, no, omo be trapped there, angelic light beings, into this mechanism. No more recycle because they can never create souls. No more and they are printing all these kinds of fake lights into your head so they can have opportunity to recycle you. Mbano. Abo Eve dia, and I Eve ne ewiase na maame, and I Eve, and then Norea na papa kwesi benya bekate and say ni din ne Adam ni din ye Edem, and Eve so hey, and I yesu akoi. All those are theories, but the point I'm trying to make is that medica ebubu mu akere wa chase the way you should calculate all these things. So anytime you hear say onyankopon ebo Eve and and make research and go deeper and understand the word Eve. Define it. Work on its vibrations and frequency. So you are able to get to the bottom of it. Yourself, Christ is not in any book. Yourself is in you. should this be a problem between the two of us? Until you understand, say yourself is yourself. You are not in any book. You are not going anywhere. Eh? How can all-knowing God, the supreme being, ever promise you heaven, but he cannot tell you, say, heaven, ebeba, anapa, an area, specifically, it's not there. Onim Biblia or Bible mo, but onim heaven, or say ebeba to say orifo. How? It's because they don't know the source. They don't know this. Elohims don't know the supreme source. They don't know the supreme being. So they cannot tell. This where we are now, it's not for us. They know so we can find our way out to our originality. No, can no be say, enti se Nyankopon na obo ha de na wa twen na Archons na ba ha na o ma be hey wan ka se heaven okra abrunsam okun tokwa wo ho Nyankopon okun wo ho wan to na nko ba bi so nko ye adwuma come ade we nyina moka and you don't want to believe say the Archons are ruling here me na me kan cho se musuro se mbeka ko enu na mu yusu ti muntumi ka ho asem enu na mu yusu di making money mo dey hypnotizing krofo in the name of heaven. How can God not tell us when heaven will come? You came here and you know everything. You all knowing God. You don't know when heaven. When we say one country, no one is specific. Inti dem krofo we ko hoko hu dormitory, we ko hoko hu cars, we ko hoko num tea. And ko specific and all this confusion. The divine spirit of Eve saw this demonic act of the Archons and their gods, and therefore descended to breathe a breath of life into Adam for him to see good from evil. Besi ne se ugware oba onim nyansa obehu ne eba obeka kire wansa wo be ma no behu. Listen, no hard feelings. A woman, every woman, so your woman papa we defining or finding the feet or two energies o use for the first approach na obuild was so one ordinary behu and then two obetie. The same thing happened in the Garden of Eden. Or say who apple, Eve who apple no who say it look good in the eyes. And no you one. And I feel otie diabron some canon ne bageni and sana okotidi. This is a man no. But if the apple no come Adam no, what is so bizarre question be? He just collected it and eat. Obema who no for sabe. No who at all any time. Se na adwuma bebo no kra. A few men no more the grace to stand my name, to stand that effort. Abusunya, entidia na me pa ka kire wo, dia me pese me ka kire wo nyina ne se wo nte hwe ase amama oni ama wo de besisi so. Na afi wate dia me kan ase because how come say these people nim when heaven will come, they don't know how heaven will look like, but ebeba ti so before munim bibia all knowing God. This should tell you that it's not the supreme being. The divine spirit of Eve saw this. Into no fight ya manikunu no. Say me nua bema. We ye say no kwati bi kro mani bi diye. Ana me kire wo no besi nde no emba ni behu wo de wadanfo be fia. We yire will be able to tell you say wadanfo we onye. Ebi wa 1 year. Ansa na obehu asem na wo yire ne kan na ye. Obeba wo office obeka to say lady we onye ma onko obeka say eye jealousy. 1 year later ena wo behu me kan ma na o mo afine o mo fit, not the jealous ones. Obi frɛ wo phone na problem ti de bi efie wo dede. Wo yo ba obi frɛ wo kunu phone na ena wo kɔ adwuma na 1 month ma insecurities na eku hu ni hwe ntia. Ka wo bibi a na wo say diamond wo ho no ma ye boss don komida. And then ebe ma okunu be kwa abontin. I know some of them are omo papa no mo ye ntia wo mo mojem. But na wo fie na dwen ho no nko no mbra. Mpa ya obebo no so okɔ mfa ne 9 mienu ne mbra. Mo nko no ye twa ba ko no mfa ba ko ne me hawadwi. Na wo kasa, na wo kuntokwa, na wo yese. This is similar to the esoteric theory of the goddess Sophia at the creation of the universe. Ono so sa omo se ono na oye opportunity for Yahweh. Nti Yahweh ne maame na Sophia. Meka the other day no, adenti na wo se Nyankopon wo maame. Yahweh is not the supreme being. He is not the creator. Do you hear me? He is not. So when I say Yahweh, it's an Archon. Oh, mother, Sophia. Now, who is Norea? We are discussing the 3 witches of Christianity. So, Mama Wehu Eve, let's look at Norea. Now, let's move to the second female figure, Norea. daughter of Eve. Ono kra de ni din kra de antro. Unim se na Eve wo baba. Omo say Abel se Cain okono or the nini aba ko no koye no ko ware no. Ye nti omo di ubisa asofo nse di din de sen they don't know. Hey! They don't know. And some Dawson. This is one lady who, according to ancient Christian texts, brought strong resistance against the work of negative entities and their attempt to control creation. Ebi mo akun, ya me ye de enema, and that is say nipa krate ase. She is depicted as a powerful figure who defies God and the Archons. Norea was a stubborn witch who always challenged and fought the God of the Bible and his Archons. When we say, "Ye won crofobia omo ye Hebrew for," they always keep saying, say, Christians na ye antichrist. No omo so ni omo oko, na we mo susu say, na we mo so ni omo oko. This thing didn't start yesterday. It's always been there. So if you are a Christian and you feel you are fighting me, check the Bible God and find out the source. Adenti na bronsam ne Nyankopon betumi akon wo heaven na Nyankopon odo ne ma ebeturo na aba ha. Se mo amote ase ho no mundue. Mo asa asem no mo find out o. Enya me na meka. Listen, this synthetic place belongs to them, the Archons. They rule and they control here. So this division, religious body, where you say that's their work. Divide, conquer, and rule. That's what they do. This is not the supreme being. He cannot put us against each other. So check yourselves out before you come after me. This is not a Christian. Munku we munyina. A Christian. We nya papa. A Christian. Unyankopon kan we ende. Ochana wa beka we ende. Ochana we. These people are playing with your intelligence. I'm not part. This is Norea. Or say, oh no, only you own to me, for this reason, she was not even mentioned in the Hebrew Bible, but the ancient Christian text had her records of being part of the spirits that rebel against the negative forces. Let's check what we are worshiping. Moma yen check what we are worshiping. Bible say on reincarnation indeed. But Elijah went and came back as John the Baptist. Jesus Christ is also gone and is also coming back. Any reincarnation to you. Spirits don't die. You and I know. So what is driving this mechanism doesn't have an end. Christians no more deeper knowledge about this. And it's a spirit in Wuna say Elijah to me better than John the Baptist there. I don't know who has reincarnated, who has become me, Maame Grace. It means all these energies now almost fighting to bring out the truth. You know, they are still in existence. Maybe they are possessed other bodies, and you cannot shut some of us up. The energy of Norea says that the God of the Bible is not the true God. That was Norea. According to the writings of the ancient Christians that were bent by the Roman Pope to bring in new Christian theory. And I quote from the book, The Hypothesis of the Archons. It's also another book I have given. If it's a research, I give my source. A book, you can make research, you can find one and buy and take your time. Use your time for knowledge. Acquire it. It's everything power and everything wealth. Book no na media ma quote efimo. Don't come and say Maame Grace is okoshia devil. My head, my brain is 2% of my body size. My me to kwan bia me DNA ni age enya me check all these things. I'm not a joker. Ti minim say me brain no 2% of my body size. And I generate 20% of oxygen for it to feeding to my dream there yet. Into everything I make and I make out on a book, no find one and make a research yourself. Don't go and insult me. Now, let's read the quotes or the text from the book I quoted. Mama book na me read a few no, and I read. Norea stands against these forces, seeing through their lies and refusing to be controlled. When God and the Archons attempt to deceive her, as they did with Adam and Eve, Norea calls upon the true divine power and defeated them. So which God is in the Bible? Which God deceived Adam and Eve? And which God is Norea fighting here? Akoti book na mi free muno. Edi amount. This is Norea. Any pastor listening to me, don't get angry just because I'm bringing up facts you have not heard before. And I'm saying you're lazy. The point is, when you get free money and you are eating and your tummy becomes fat, you become lazy and a sleeper. You don't have time for research. And to do these things, I'm telling you, it's not a chicken change. Google the Gnostics words I am using, like the ancient text called the hypothesis of the Archons. Mama book, go and Google and read. And Google the name Norea and the Gnostics theory. You will find all these informations there. Go into deep occult networks and ask them about these things. Laziness is not part of enlightenment. Force. Learn about the spirituality of your religion, not the downgraded one. Stop arguing with Sunday school religious beliefs. How can you tell me that you've been a Christian for 20 years, 30 years, now we read the Bible back to back, and you are telling me Yahweh is the supreme being? Is this not embarrassing? To the world? So that's the second woman, or the second witch of Christianity. I have come to realize that nipa any baby a yedi omwegu any ekwan a Archons ne de yenam so no obi obesori so pekwan pani biara mudi ne te se chinam. Mami, you cannot eat me. Lie. Now let's look at Lilith, Almighty, a demon or a pure energy. Who is Lilith? Everybody is talking about Lilith. Baby, I will be a Lilith. Baby, I will be a nebonidi. Kakra one who book numpo. They don't go deeper into Lilith's case. Hebrew 4 believe that Lilith is responsible for enkwalana omoda omosre and enkwalana omoda omusunu. It is believed that Lilith edi enkwala babies. So enkwala wu omohosa antinu they decided say omoba write Lilith off. Omoba kase on existing po no wabedi akola bia biom. In other theories ne other texts no eno so almost say Lilith ono na eya or the rivalry ebehye obi mu enti na they call her say or your wicked stepmother. It is believed say Lilith na wujai wukunu na wuja obama no na oba na obeba be wa Lilith be wura ni mu no weku sankola no. They have a lot of stories and theories about Lilith. Enti people read a bit about in books na omu yusu eno. The last divine female energy I want to talk about is the one we have all been hearing of as the first wife of Adam. Lilith, where the common story will be in the goddess of the night. That is where her power runs. That is what she possesses. Goddess of the night, that is Lilith. Medikan amawehu say Eve, a goddess of wisdom and truth. And a mama Lilith is so no. Inti say who read the Bible na do baby na who goddess of the night. Omunjimi omunchuro ni dinu wo hoda. And I say goddess of the truth and wisdom. It is referring to Eve. Lilith, often absent from mainstream biblical narratives, is presented by many Asian Christian and occultic society schools as Adam's first wife. Obiya ni maba Lilith. Ebi say yampa obi anya me say se woti abode na wo de ba David kura breast na woti David na woti Jesus. David say no other siblings. Even Jesus kura according to you mo say no other siblings. It is obi to me fa one generation no de ye bibia eno nkire say nipa biye ni ho kan omo ho. De nipa ne pe ono no make ni history eno no be chiro. Sebio kafra asante hene ne maame anwo ono nko a ono no yo hene ne ba bedi hene na ne ba bedi hene ne nkyere se abusua ne nipa bi anim wate ase enti ubetumi afa ne saa na Lilith asem no etie so obi twro ne obi ho asem ono no wa agenda ene ba bi a o focus wo so enti so je binum wa akiri a ne nkyere se nyankop ne nipa bi ani wiase we na be problem ama Africans, a big problem for us as Africans. I continue. Inti obi bakwa kofa Lilith asem. No the drama aka hu na tete hu. Enipa obi kra betumi aka tro ochena so use Lilith. E de ye adwuma. Hey, Africans. Oh, you guys are too dramatic. This has also been recorded in Jewish folklore and mythology, particularly in the Kabbalah and Talmud. Wait me read all these things. So Talmud, or you can read. You won't find her in Genesis because of her power and purity against the Elohims. Elohims, no. Yahweh is one of the Elohims. They are all Archons. They are three gods that were creating. That was not a word from the supreme being. And no na papa na iba gani no o se me ye nyame me ye se nti eba ne se na obodi pa na otete form na tie ne ye hu obi a wo wi this was Lilith, who chose to enslave mankind. Lilith is said to have been created from the same process as Adam, that is a body to trap angelic souls. Me say we are trapped here in this damping place body way se Bible ka to se sunsun pe na honam no ye mere a honam no atrapi sunsum no ma wo ye hwe enye. Is it me you are fighting? Can you go to heaven in the church with everything you people are doing there? Mutumi di honam so. However, she refused to submit to Adam, arguing that they were equals. Because when it comes to the energies in us, it doesn't have gender and it doesn't have limitations. And she said, conscious, that is when she can make that statement. She was the first divine female energy to rebel against the wicked plans of the council of Elohims and their Archons when they planned to trap souls in this 3D dimension. Per dimension. I am belonging to us. When they say heaven, there's baby, I belong to us. They cannot tell because they won't tell you. This act of defiance led to her banishment from the Garden of Eden, making her a symbol of a female freedom fighter. It is a Lilith energy asanya bapa de ahwe ye hwan ya. Hey. And you won't go heaven now be ko brunzam je me started da enye nura. Enti mo ami bisa mo say Garden of Eden ye Ghana no. Enti na Lilith of abusuya be. See how we are joking. Abusuya, what is the meaning of Garden of Eden? It's also a coded word. What's the meaning of that? In Jewish folklore, she is portrayed as a bitter and stubborn ex-wife who hates the children of his ex-husband. Medika achire mu achire say omo believe say ono no kwhye stepmothers mu nti omo ka so ye wicked stepmother nti ye say na or ye bitter woman na okuku ne ex-husband Adam, and she is always using spells and witchcraft to kill them. Medika achire mu say the way na Jew for no ehu so no na oye bon, it is believed sakola da ho no osre a eye Lilith no ni di agro osu a eye Lilith no ni di agro nti ye was some rituals bi a eye ye nananom no omo wo north no e na omo taye akola ni nya 7 days a omo betwa ni tiri nyina de apisi no e ho nam not going there today, but I will go there. Makacho say baby a ye koi there, we are going darker, we are going deeper nti ni ye beko ho nti na omutwitwa, and it is also believed say customs bi almost omutwitwa akola ni ti age say wanya age bi, they do that just to separate Lilith from the connection or covenant with the kids. We will go there one day, but not today because nyama kakra. So I would have to take my time and explain this. In the same Jewish mythology, Lilith is represented as a demonic goddess who hunts and kills children in their sleep. a witch who brings sickness and nightmare to children of the Adamites. When you get into Hebrew folklore, you get more details for the Amidiyamawi, so you can do that. The mythological representation of Lilith is of two sides, especially in the world of the secret societies. Omo wo faces mienu anaso say possession mienu e de ma Lilith. Side one is the mythology of traditions that portray her as a demon and a bitter, wicked, powerful goddess. And no, that is how this Jewish also see Lilith. And the medical culture say, ebinum so hu ni say, or your wicked stepmother. Cause ono no be di wo ba nani ana wakunu ana say stepmother bi a wo be wato ne nsem o se me sa wo be o sa akola ana no wawu. It is believed say a Lilith na e possess omo. Let's look at the side 2. The side 2 portrays her as a powerful, positive vibrational energy that is used to fight demonic archons and deceptions of this 3D world. Anybody that fights against this 3D world is of supreme source and it's a clean energy. Nti eba ne saying na Lilith ye de ne to ha ne asan de na to ha. This world belongs to these archons. They own it. They control it. I want everybody to understand this. They determine what should happen to us. Until for you to break forth of their spells, you become enemy for 1 million people. And until that spell is broken, they will keep recycling us. So the point I'm trying to make here is that nobody is your enemy. We have to leave this place. We don't belong to this damping death realm place as people. We are angelic light beings trapped in this mechanism. So, which of the 3 powerful Christian witches is your favorite? Lilith, Eve, or Norea? Why no you feel? Because I'm yes, you be say, oh, hate me so much, say, oh, who me cry no person who be watching. And I mean, who has some cake and Jamis Anyamano, they don't matter to me. And Dre, ya, me can't say, we don't call, we see 3 nasi, say now only my summer or can, and I won't wait on which spiritual people no money man come or can some case you we. And Professor could check on a postie. I am not looking for attention. And me, I don't pride myself in bad stuff. Ma ko twa my postie for the end. Say me can grandma just say, "Eh, you mo get a vibe no." Na and I go twa na ko postie. Me you hana me I'm not looking for anything no. I'm on a mission. Which one of these? And she say, I say Lilith, Eve, and Norea, and Kabako spirit abeshe mu ahwa de. O yere na ne tifi o ya spirit me and say dey na woni mu energy no. Do you think the divine soul of Eve is the same as Asasiya? Do you think so? Abusia, what do you think? This is just a question. That was stolen into fake Abrofu theories of creation. Do you feel so? Write it in your answer in the comment section. No matter what your views are on this, I want you to always absorb these allegorical stories, not as real events, but as spiritual symbolism of your liberation and your journey to true spiritual freedom. Use this to free yourself. You are an angelic soul. I have told you this multiple times. Nobody is better than you. You are an angelic soul trapped in a body that is under the control of Archons and the council of Elohims. You're worried about council of Nicaea. The starting answer na ebe didi ba ho na nya new. Headache. How do you liberate your angelic self from the world they have created and the body they are keeping you in? How? This is a big question. Oh, answer now. Write it in the comment section. And yenye wuni mekwanya mankind be faso liberating the angelic soul no from this mechanism. Please come to the platform and let's share that knowledge. How would you do that? By worshiping them. If you worship these people, gods that want us to worship them, mind you, any god that want to be worshipped is not the supreme being. It's the Archons and the council of these Elohims. Maka. How do we free ourselves from these people? By worshiping them. Is worship or worshiping for these angelic souls? Is it for us? Your love for me in this world, I appreciate. But your love cannot stop me from doing anything that I will lose this soul. No, me nyeda. Because anything in this death realm will pass. No matter what you do to me, the reason you cannot buy me, says you cannot the baby you you can't stop me from saying these things. I appreciate the fact that you love me. I do appreciate. But I will not exchange anything for what I do in this death realm. Aha. Including this. But the me muno, I know say and say that. What's your take? Do you want to worship them or you want to liberate yourself? Abusia, mija ohana makono. Ya make actually win na say seek knowledge, pursue knowledge, invest in knowledge because knowledge is power. Knowledge is life. Knowledge is everything. Knowledge is for the soul, and knowledge will catapult you to your origin. Knowledge is for ascension. Knowledge is peace, and knowledge is the supreme source. I send you love, Macra.